Welcome back to Investigation. This is your host, Scoot, along with
Cass.
And Hatter.
So it's our mini episode for this week, and Hatter's going to take us along for a journey. I don't know exactly what we're covering, but...
Yeah. Well, we are doing something paranormal.
Sweet.
I noticed we didn't really have a lot this month. I was looking for one, but I do also want to share a little bit of a story. It goes along with the episode because it's a paranormal story. So the tattoo shop that I work at is haunted as fuck.
Yeah, we know some of the stories.
Yes. So for the listeners, when I first moved down here and started working there, some of my art that was hanging up on the walls, every time I would go in, it would be on the floor. And I was like, that's weird. And it was always like the same picture. And I was like, okay, that's weird. So I'd like worked there for like a week and I was just like, is it haunted in here? And they were like, yeah, somebody killed themselves here. And I was like, okay. I figured, well, when I was getting my throat tattooed, I thought my boss had like walked up behind me, and I opened my eyes and I like look up and I just see this tall man standing there looking down at me, like dark hair, full body, like apparition. And I closed my eyes again and I opened them back up and he's gone. And then I just go, well, the guy that died here, did he look like X, Y, and Z? And my tattoo artist, he is the owner, so he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, I just saw him. He was like, what?
That's spook. That's real spook.
It's very spooky. And now, I've been hearing, every time I'm there by myself in the mornings, I hear a woman say hello to me.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I keep seeing a shadow, like, pass by the steps, like, right in front of my doorway where I work. It's very weird. So, I don't know. I've always been, like, pretty connected with the other side, so I don't know if it's just been amping up. I've been trying to allow it to happen more too, which I think is why, because for a while, I used to see ghosts when I was a kid and things like that, but as I got older, I was like, this is spooky shit, and I'm turning it off, basically, and so I kept shoving it down. I'm like shaking.
Oh, I see.
Why.
I see that too. What?
Oh, that's weird. But now as like an adult, I'm trying to open myself back up to it, and it's definitely working, but it's also very spooky.
Yeah.
So that's my little paranormal personal story for you, because we are also talking about a paranormal home in PA. How I stumbled on this case was, I'm like...
You're very
sorry.
fidgety.
You're
Yeah.
fidgety, and it is kind of coming through a little
Yeah.
bit.
Don't be scared.
I don't, like...
You're like, it's almost like
Are
a
you-
nervous, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just checking in, because it's I can tell it's like an anxious, fidgety type.
I'm like shaking.
Ooh, spook.
Right? It's the ghost you're trying to keep in touch with.
I feel like there's somebody else in the room with us right now.
Is that why you're shaking? Is that what you're saying? Well,
Spooky,
that's weird.
Spooky ghost in the room. Do you mind?
Do you mind?
Can we
Yeah, do you mind getting
record?
back into the room next door? Because you're the only ghost
Yeah.
here in this house.
It's your grandfather.
Yeah, well, technically, he was the room upstairs.
That's the room he died in, yeah.
He died in the room upstairs in our previous podcast room, not this one.
Yeah, we did move over to have some more space, but that's weird.
Maybe he wanted to join us, like, hey, I miss you guys.
But yeah, I wonder if that's why. As soon as I started talking, I was like, I feel weird. Like, and I don't get nervous. This is like that was weird.
Yeah, that's why we were like, are you okay?
Yeah, I could tell by
Yeah.
looking at you.
Yeah.
I was like getting
your
anxious.
your whole manner, you were doing like, what happens when you get anxious and stuff. It was just all of it, like.
That was strange.
Yeah. Is it past now, though? Like,
Yeah,
are you
I
good?
feel all right.
I can tell it's
Okay.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
Spooky.
Spooky. But anyways, so I was searching, like I said, for a case to do in PA, and I wanted to do paranormal because we haven't really done any this month. And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go onto YouTube and I'm gonna type in PA paranormal investigations. And I watch a lot of them in general, but some of my favorites are like Haunted Nights. It's a duo, Dylan and Steve. They do a bunch of different investigations. They go all over the US and even have done some in Europe and things like that. They did a video, and the video is titled The Demonic Doss House. So, of course, I was like, I gotta watch this. But then as I was watching it, I was like, damn, that Doss House, that is a very familiar name. And I was like, where is that from? Where is that from? Well, it dawned on me that the Doss House had followed our TikTok account. And so I was like, okay, that's a sign. Like, this is the place I have to cover for this mini episode. I was struggling a lot because I knew I wanted to do a paranormal mini, but I couldn't find anything that was, like, meaty, that had some good oomph to it.
Yeah.
A lot of the ones I found were, like, a mention on Facebook about something spooky or something on Reddit, which, is so credible.
Right, sure.
But this one's got some meat to it. So, Loretto, PA itself is a small town in Cambria County. According to the 2020 census, Loretto had a population of about 1,200 people, so small.
Yeah.
I have not been to that town personally, but when I looked at Google Maps and, how it, like, outlines the town,
Yes.
it looked like about a quarter of it was taken up with a golf club.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was originally native land belonging to several Native American tribes like the Shawnee, the Lenape, the Oswegolees, and the Mingo, and it seems this would be mostly used for hunting grounds at the time. However, when Russian Prince Demetrius Augustine Golitsyn,
Oh, that's a mouthful.
Uh-huh.
that's a big word for Elmo, he ended up in Baltimore on October 28th, 1792. And he was welcomed into the home of Bishop Carroll, who was the first bishop in the United States.
Oh.
Around a year later, the prince would announce his intention of becoming a priest, which would automatically disinherit him from his Russian wealth and his father's favor.
Huh.
But nonetheless, he still went through with it and was ordained on March 18th, 1795.
That's
Well,
neat.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
for him for willing to do that.
Yeah. And in 1799, Prince, now father, Golitsyn, and Charles Schwab began leaving their mark on the land, now known as Loretto. Loretto was built adjoining the original settlement founded by Captain Michael McGuire, a Revolutionary War veteran, and in his will, Captain McGuire donated land to the Catholic Church on which Prince Golitsyn built St. Michael's Church in 1799. This church stands just across the way from the Doss House. In 1810, being known as one of the first homes built on the land, the Doss House has seen its fair share of occupants. The current owner, Shauna, and her wife, Danielle, bought the property in honor of Shauna's mother who had passed away.
Oh.
It gets sadder.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Well, sadder, but in a wholesome way, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
So, Shauna's mom, Holly, had established what's called Unique Paranormal 1 over 20 years ago. Throughout the following 2 decades, the mission for her group was to operate with love, respect, and dignity towards spirits.
Mhm.
Holly took the time to teach and mentor Shauna in investigative techniques, and it really seems to have been something that the two shared and cherished together. So after her mom's passing, Shauna created the Unique Paranormal 1.5, and when asked about the 1.5, her response is, quote, "We aspire to be half the investigator and communicator that Holly was," end quote. And now Unique Paranormal 1.5 serves as an extension of Holly and her mission as an investigator dedicated to preserving the memories, stories, and dignity of every spirit they encounter. So it's very sweet.
Okay.
But, like,
Yeah.
sad but sweet,
Yeah.
Now, Shauna and her wife, Danielle, believe that the Doss House was Prince Golitsyn's original meeting place due to it being one of the first structures built. Since Prince Golitsyn, there was also a undertaker who resided there, as well as it served as a barbershop, doctor's office, and a dentist practice.
So it's just been everything.
It's been a little bit of everything. The original structure is what is now known as the living room, and then in the late 1800s, the dining room was added as well as a basement dug out. There is an upstairs with 2 bedrooms. The kitchen was added somewhere in the early 1900s, and then in the mid-1900s, the barbershop was added, ran by Doss the barber, which is obviously how it got its name. The barbershop was originally built separately, but later attached to the main structure after Doss's wife fell ill. A ramp was put between the 2 buildings to attach them, and that is where the wife would spend the rest of her days. Now, it does seem like both Doss and his wife have passed away on the property, and they are some of the many spirits that have found a home in the Doss house. Shauna and Danielle did try to keep the house as close to the original as they could. Currently, about 80% of it is original, including some of the barber's original tools and mirror, which is
Oh.
cool.
Wow.
Wow. And since we are talking about the barbershop, it is said that the energy in this room is lighter, more friendly. It seems like the spirits that frequent this room really like old music to play, which is very,
Oh.
like, cool.
Yeah, that's very cool. I would stay in that room if we could over
Yeah.
the others if it was most friendly and then like you get to listen to some old music.
Nice old music.
Yeah.
As well as people get a lot of intelligent responses on their investigative equipment. So, the
Ooh.
ghosts actually are very responsive to them instead of just like a more of a residual haunting. But they also do prefer men, which kind of makes sense because it was a barber shop, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah.
can see it.
Yeah, that I can see that.
But it is said that if only women go into the room, things seem to be pretty quiet. But if there is even at least one man present in the group, the activity does pick up a lot.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, the living room does kind of act as a little bit of a conduit. A lot of guests actually report being able to talk to their loved ones who have passed when they're in the living room.
Oh.
Yeah.
How does that
Okay.
work?
I am not entirely sure, but it seems so. I do get into it a little bit later that this house does seem to be more of a portal for the other side.
It's like a channel.
Yes.
Okay.
So it does make sense that the energy there would allow other people to also come.
Gotcha.
And it also explains why they have so many spirits in this home. Because it's not just one. Like Doss and his wife have both been noted there. But also Prince Galitzin and the town's undertaker have also frequented the living room for investigators to communicate to. So both the undertaker and the prince himself are there.
Huh.
Oh, okay.
Now, the dining room is pretty cool. They were able to find some old newspapers that were in the upstairs of the home, and they actually like display them in the dining room now. There's also two children often in the dining room who are usually found playing tricks on people and overall just causing mischief, as
of
the
course.
children ghosts would. Children ghosts are creepy. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
As children do.
As children do.
Yeah, it's just so much worse when they're ghosts.
Yeah, you hear like a kid giggling from the dark.
Ooh,
Mm-mm.
no.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
No, thank you.
Yeah, no, it's just like those like where people don't think music boxes are creepy. I'm
Oh, they
like,
so are.
dude, they're like the creepiest thing that you can listen
That's
to
like
when you're in a haunted place.
when we would play Phasmo,
Yeah.
and there was like the music box thing, and
Yeah.
but you're in just like a dark house, and you get so absorbed into the game, and then you just hear the music box play, and you're like, oh,
Yeah, right.
I hate this.
I know. I was like, no, thank you.
Now, from the kitchen, you will often hear dishes being washed or spoons clanking together with no one to account for it, which is like, if I had a ghost and they were washing my dishes, I would not be too mad about that, personally.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, no, I was like, I mean, they're getting done.
yeah, you can't pay rent, at least you could help out with the chores.
Right.
If you're gonna stay here.
And then like the chores, the worst for me, go right ahead,
Go
ghosty.
right ahead.
You're my ghosty bestie at that point.
Ghosty bestie. And you will often see shadow figures coming from the barber shop to get a hot cup of joe from the kitchen. So very like residual in that vibe. They still think
Okay.
they're coming in to get a cup of coffee from the kitchen.
Yeah.
Now, what is really interesting here is that both the security cameras from the kitchen and the barber shop had randomly reset to a 2-month time loop. So they reset from December 31st, 1969 to January 1st, 1970, and would run for 13 hours, then jump back to the beginning of the loop. And they still have no explanation as to why this happened,
Huh.
and none of the dates line up with any known like event that happened on the property.
Okay.
So very weird, because there's security cameras throughout, because obviously they let people come and investigate and things like that.
Yeah.
And randomly, just the kitchen and the barbershop reset to December 1969.
Huh.
Yeah, and they have a bunch of security cameras. So if it was like a technology failure, you would think it would happen to all of them,
Not just two.
not just these two.
Yeah.
There's lots of reports of feeling watched throughout the house. Like I said, is a really awful feeling.
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of voices. You'll hear kids talking and screaming. You'll sometimes hear an entire group of people over in the barbershop talking with one another. But lots of people also struggle with their equipment. So a lot of the equipment will suddenly have failures in it. Phones will go into SOS mode. One visitor's smartwatch failed to register her existence for the entire visit that she was in the home.
That's
Holy.
weird.
Yeah. There's absolutely no data for the time that she was in the home.
That's weird.
In the Haunted Nights video I previously mentioned, which I will link in the show notes, they got some really cool evidence, so you should check them out if you have the time. But Shauna actually states that she won't even go into the house by herself, that she refuses.
Oh,
And she especially hates going into the basement.
the basement.
Oh my gosh,
What's wrong
it's
with the
all-
basement?
What's wrong with the
It's always the basement, Kat.
Always the basement, but it's not just the basement. So overall, the main level here does seem to be lighter in terms of its energy. However, the upstairs and the basement are a different story.
Oh no. I'm assuming we're gonna dive into both of them here.
We are.
Okay. Well, we're gonna find out why she doesn't want to go in the basement then.
Yeah. So first, though, we're going to talk about the upstairs.
See, there you go. Save,
Yeah.
save the worst for last, huh?
In the upstairs main bedroom, there does seem to be a few different spirits. A man by the name of John, who passed away in the home, seems to have a connection to the bed upstairs. On their site, it did mention a medical condition, so I'm wondering if maybe he had passed there because he was sick in some way, but I'm not entirely sure. However, his sister is also frequently seen up there, and she was with him when he passed. So yeah, they seem to have ties, just probably. I wonder if this is also a little more residual, or if it's an intelligent haunting. However, there has also been reports of a very large, very negative entity that frequents the upstairs.
Oh.
It is said to be so large that it takes up most of the space up there.
Oh man.
Oh.
Please tell me it stays up there.
I don't know for a fact, like I said, I'm mostly going off of what I've been able to find on their website, which I will also explain why I'm doing a briefer mini episode on this at the end, because I have a little surprise for you guys.
Ooh. I like surprises.
But at least from what I was able to see, it does seem like this stays upstairs.
Okay, good.
Yes. However, be also extra cautious on the stairs. The Doss House website literally states, quote, "Exercise caution as you explore the upstairs bedroom. There have been reports of someone being pushed down the stairs by a spirit known to repeat past actions."
Oh.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and in that Haunted Nights video, Shauna had said that it was one of Doss's daughter who had some mental challenges that actually pushed the town's historian down the steps.
Oh.
Yes, so she seems to still be there and will still repeat those acts. So be super
Ooh.
careful when you're on the steps.
Okay, well, if there's a railing, just cling to it
There
the whole
are-
time.
Yeah, there is a railing.
Good.
Just hold on to that.
The
and,
whole time,
mind
man.
your step.
Yeah.
There's also another entity by the name of Sarah. She frequents a few rooms in the home. She is said to have been upstairs as well as the basement. She seems to get pretty feisty with some people. One account signed in their guest book stated that she kept calling the guest a whore the
Oh.
entire time she was there. She also keeps mentioning fire and telling people to dig in the basement.
Dig in the basement.
Oh.
Dig in the basement.
Why do we need to dig in the basement? What's down in the
What's
basement?
in the basement? The
Okay,
website literally says, no matter what the house says, do not dig.
Well,
Well, understandably. I mean,
well,
you don't want to.
that's
Yeah.
very understandable. Like, you
But that was
don't
my
do
thought. I
that.
was like, what's in the basement?
Right?
What's in the ground of the basement?
Um, they did find a hatchet buried in the basement,
Oh.
which is now hung up in the basement.
I wonder if. Nah, never mind. I'm not going to continue that sentence, but my brain goes.
Please share.
Right?
Please theorize.
Yes, please. That's what we're all about here.
Is there possibly a body down under
That's
the
what
ground?
I immediately went to. Like, some type of murder had happened, and there's,
Yeah.
evidence down
And
there.
like
There's-
the ghost might actually be trying to help and be like, "Hey."
Well, I don't know.
What about not help it, but
Yeah, she seems to
Okay.
be a pretty feisty spirit.
Okay, so
but
maybe she's doing it to be like, yeah, you're digging your own
Yeah.
hole in the basement, but
There's
hey, you're also
actually-
finding a dead body.
there was actually somebody who said that she tricked them to go into the basement just to scare them out of it,
Oh.
basically.
Oh.
Yeah, so she seems to be
I
a
can't-
little feisty. But yeah, they also found old shoes that were found in the wall.
In the wall.
In the wall.
But
In the
either
wall.
that further explains my theory of is there
Something.
is there a body down in the basement?
Yeah, it feels like there's something there.
There's something down
There's
in that
something that the
basement.
spirits are like, find it,
Right.
you know?
Right.
And I mean, maybe Sarah is down there. Once again, this is just a theory.
This is all theory.
But maybe Sarah's down there and that's why she's getting angry, is because she's like, I'm down there, my body's down there, and
Yeah.
nobody's trying to dig me up. And I'm
Right.
telling people to dig. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't know, because then, like you said, she's feisty and she's like tricks someone to go down there just to scare them out.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Which I will say, like, that story was written in the guest book. I could have recalled it a little bit wrong. So, like, don't fully quote me on that. I was trying to remember just because I didn't include all of the reviews. Because
Yeah.
there are a lot of guests who have, like, wrote down their experiences there. A lot of equipment going off, like REM pods and EVPs and things like that. Now the basement is sort of sectioned off in two areas. There was like an original section, then they have kind of this like crawl spacey area that seemed to have been added on. There are crosses hanging by the doorway that connects these two. So there's a cross before you go into the basement, and then there's a cross on the doorway between the two.
oh.
Now, Shauna and Danielle did not put those there. They were there when they purchased the home, and they both agreed that they felt like all of the religious items in the home were put there intentionally,
yeah.
so they left all of them where they were.
That's valid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely smart choice.
However, the cross in this basement crawl spacey area in particular has left an impression in the wood that it hangs against because it will sway back and forth on its own.
Oh.
Which gives me the chill. Like, I got goosebumps.
Huh.
That's freaky. Like,
No.
There is also reports of hearing something growl at you from either the upstairs or the basement.
Arr.
Arr.
I needed to lighten the mood for a second.
I was thinking something terrifying, and you're just like, "Rawr." And then in the basement, they have also seen the crooked neck lady dressed in black. They maybe believe she might have been the keeper of the house, but she has been seen by multiple mediums and visitors in the basement.
Huh.
Which, to me, all I picture is like, have you guys watched Smile?
Yes. I haven't watched Smile. I've seen trailers for
I've
it.
seen like bits
Like-
and pieces. It's not my cup of tea personally.
No,
Fair.
like it's a horror movie, so I don't watch it, but I've seen like trailers and stuff for it, so I know their face gets like really
Yeah.
warped into
Well,
a huge
there's
creepy
one-
smile.
There's this one scene, and I don't remember who was in the first one or the second one, to be fair. But the, like, entity, I guess, walks up to the window of the main character's car and, like, snaps her neck around
Oh.
upside down.
Oh.
And that's when I read, like, the crooked neck lady. That's all I picture in my head is, like, this really long, like, bent out of shape neck. And it just freaks me out. Like, I don't know. It could be just somebody who's, like, slightly askew, but in my head, it's, like, this really
extreme.
elongated, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Nope. 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 The basement also, like I said, does seem to be a portal for the paranormal, as well as the dining room doorway. They've had a lot of really hot spot activity here. If you don't know what a portal is in reference to paranormal side of things, portals are basically like a really high energy gateway for the other side that allows them to pass through into our world. Which, like I said, could explain all of the different spirits that have been noted in the home, which I did not even cover all of them. So on their website itself, they have a list of all the possible encounters and spirits that they know of, which includes Doss the barber, Holly, Shauna's mom, who passed away.
Oh.
Yeah, she's been noted to come through pretty frequently, actually.
Oh wow.
Marjorie, which I believe was Doss's wife, John, your loved ones, Dr. Leo T. Little, or the doctor/dentist, Dr. Pfaff, who was the undertaker, Prince Galitzin, Sarah and her child, there's a medicine woman, a little girl in a green dress, someone named Mary, Lady in Black, the Crooked Neck Woman. Yep. Which I hate still. Elementals, shadow figures, tricksters, they'll hear footsteps, bang, laughing, bells, and then they wrap it up with, and so much more. So
Okay.
that's apparently not even everything.
What's an elemental? In terms of the paranormal?
Paranormal,
I don't know what that is.
So an elemental seems to be, from Google's definition at least, because I know what they are, but it's kind of hard to like put into words.
Yeah.
Is a non-human supernatural entity originating from the occult or alchemical traditions. So, and they seem to embody the elements of the earth, like fire, earth, air.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I figured it had something to do with the elements, but I'm like, there's more
Yes.
to it than that.
Like, my understanding has always been like less spirits of the dead and more like nature driven spirits or like nature formed spirits.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Huh.
Now, like I said, there is still more. And the reason I did a briefer overview of it is because in July, we will be visiting the Doss house to do an on-site recording and an interview with the homeowner, as well as our own spooky investigating.
What?
Yeah. So we're going to record all of it. And you had mentioned, that you were like, well, if I had to stay there, I would stay in the barbershop.
Ironic.
Ironic. Which, yes, you can in fact sleep there. One of the pages in the guest book, actually, from Dark Hollow Paranormal, which they're on TikTok and everything like that, they had stayed there. Ashley and Mike had slept in the barbershop.
Uh-huh.
They had their stuff knocked over while they were sleeping, but that was kind of it. However, Jim slept in the basement, which is fucking insane, Jim.
Why would you do that?
I don't know who you are, Jim, but that is crazy work.
Why
That
are
is
you
extremely
sleeping?
crazy because, like, even like you said, the owner themselves said they wouldn't even go in there in the base. Like, they wouldn't go in by themselves, let alone the basement. So him to sleep in the basement by himself.
Crazy work, Jim, spelled with a K, because that's how he wrote it in the guest book. He wrote crazy with a K. I slept in the basement with a smiley face.
Why would you sleep in the basement, Jim?
Oh my
Why would
gosh.
you sleep in the basement?
What kind of chaotic energy do you possess to have the thought of,
Right, like,
let's sleep in the basement?
Let's sleep in the basement.
no, oh my gosh. Do we have an update of what happened with him? in
I'm
the
sure we could
basement?
probably find them on the socials and figure out what happened. But yeah, he
Yeah.
wrote that in the guest book. Crazy. Slept in the basement with a smiley face.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
fucking crazy work, Jim.
No, oh my goodness. Okay, if we do sleep there, I'm sleeping in the barbershop. That's the safest place.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, like, I mean, I'm definitely willing to try, like you said, like, go walk through the house a little bit and just briefly do that. And if anything gets too much, then I will walk away, man.
The
But, like-
barbershop's gonna be Cass's safe place.
It's gonna be the home base.
Yes,
home base.
yeah. My
Can't-
home
can't
base.
touch- Can't touch me while I'm in this room. It's like we're playing tag.
Yeah, my little safe home base.
Well, I would like to ask, do you still want to sleep in the doll's house?
Yes.
Dude, you didn't even give me a chance to answer.
Scoot's just like, hell yeah, I'm
Right.
fucking down, man.
Well, it looks like it's like I'm down to explore it, but if we're sleeping there, like I said, I'm gonna make sure it's in a room where I feel safe, where I can actually go to sleep. Cause you know me, once I'm in my deep sleep, there is no waking me up. So if I like slept in the basement and something was happening to me, I would not be awake.
There was no words. It was just like, you just would have woken up and you would see the crooked neck lady leaning over you, just watching you sleep.
No.
Talk about fucking nightmares, man.
Nightmare
Yeah,
fuel.
I'm really excited to go too, because when I was watching the videos, she said that if you come in with like a very high vibration, you will get a lot of activity. And like I said, I've already been opening myself up more. We already had that thing happen at the beginning, which was fucking weird. And that was with just me talking about, like, opening myself up, and then they were like, hello.
They're like, hey, what's up,
Sure.
bud?
Yeah,
Right.
what's up, girl?
Hey, what's up? I heard you called me.
Yeah. You want to talk? So I'm really excited to go. I'm gonna get a spirit box, and we're definitely gonna do an Estes session at least. And we're gonna record everything that we possibly can. I'm praying that our audio equipment doesn't fail, because like I said, there is a lot of equipment failures that happen from the interactions or like with the spirits and things like that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna stock up on batteries. We're gonna have backup mics. We're gonna try our best, but baseline, we should get at least something to put out for our listeners. Or you might just have some bad audio quality, but that's out of our control at that point, because that's the spirits being like,
Nah.
well,
Yeah,
nah.
like, nah.
What's also cool is Selena Spooky Boo. She's the one who like is really known for her sleepwalking
Yeah.
videos.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of her videos and stuff. She's funny.
Yeah, she did. She actually released on Tubi. She has a like TV show of her doing paranormal investigations, and she went to the Doss house herself. So yeah, she has like an hour-long episode. I mean, Tubi's free to watch, so if
Yeah.
you want to check it out. I didn't watch the entire thing. I just kind of watched the beginning, which there was a typo in it. So it said like, I don't know, the title of the show, but then it said The Ross House.
Oh, no.
And I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the Doss house. I'm assuming that was just typos happened to everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so that is the story of the Doss house.
Yeah,
Are
and
you
then a
guys
little surprise
excited?
kicker there.
I love it.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, that's very exciting.
Yeah.
Listen, if we are sleeping in there, though, you know where I'll be.
She's so paranoid about that now.
Yeah, she's like,
I'm sorry, I'm very paranoid about all of it. I'm like,
No, I do think, I'm not gonna say for sure that he's coming, but my boyfriend might come, which I'm hoping, because like we said, you get more activity if there's a man in your group.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
barbershop.
yeah, the
Yeah.
barber-
And right now
barbershop.
we're all ladies, so I'm hoping to tag along at least one dude, so we can get some of that, good juicy
Yeah.
activity
Get the
from
good
it.
stuff.
Get the good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the Doss house.
Right, and then I guess you guys stay tuned for
July.
what happens when we go.
Yeah.
All right, so that wraps up this episode, guys. That was pretty spooky. It was pretty exciting.
Mhm.
Spooky. Spooky, scary skeletons
Skeletons.
send shivers down my spine.
So catch us at the full episode that comes out on Sunday. It's going to be my episode. It's also going to be paranormal.
Ooh.
Ironically.
Ooh, we're getting back to that now.
Yeah, we needed a break. We did a lot of like pretty heavy cases.
We did.
We needed,
Yeah, that's
we
true.
needed to go to the other side.
True.
No
True.
pun intended.
Yeah.
But it's
but
Yeah, and real quick, we obviously we want to cover these different states each month, but sometimes it is hard to find some good stories because we don't live in those states, so we don't have the behind the scenes knowledge of it. So if you guys have any stories from your state or your country, if you're not in the US, please send them to us. We're trying to find more niche ones to do because, you can Google Eastern State Penitentiary. I was going to cover that one for this mini, but so many people have already covered it. And I was like, I want to do something a little different, a little bit out of the norm.
yeah.
So if you guys have any of those stories, please send them to us at investigatingwithus@gmail.com, as well as if you have any really good personal stories, maybe you've had a paranormal story yourself, send them to us. We'll read it on the podcast. It'll be fun.
all right, so don't go too far because we'll catch you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Bye! Hi guys, this is Hatter. I'm sorry if this audio sounds kind of terrible. I'm at home and I'm using my phone to just quickly record a voice note because when I was about to edit this episode, I heard what sounded like footsteps coming through the beginning before we all started talking. All three of us were sitting down. There's nobody else in the room. There's nobody else even in the home besides a couple people upstairs, but these footsteps are in the room with us. So I just wanted to get on here, quickly add this note, and then I'm gonna play the footstep clip for you guys. There's a really loud hum in the background, and that's just something our mics pick up that I edit out. So I apologize about that ahead of time. However, yeah, so this is the footsteps audio. Okay, bye again.